Good evening and welcome to the Newshour Agenda. I'm Madhavdas. It's raining controversies for the Congress in election season. Even as the grand old party was dousing fires ignited by the idea of wealth redistribution now, there's yet another battlefront that has opened up. That too from overseas. Chairman of the Indian Overseas Congress, Sam Pitroda, has not only backed the party's stand on redistribution of wealth, he's gone a step further to advocate an inheritance tax law. Citing American inheritance laws, Pitroda said that he thinks U.S. laws that grab 55% of a person's wealth after his death are fair. An idea that needs to be discussed and debated, according to him.
Let me tell you, in America, there is an inheritance tax. One has $100 million worth of wealth. And when he dies, he can only transfer probably 45% to his children. 55% is grabbed by government. Now, that's an interesting law. It says, you in your generation made wealth. You are leaving now. You must leave your wealth for public. Not all of it, half of it. Which to me sounds fair. In India, you don't have that. If somebody is worth 10 billion and he dies, his children get 10 billion. Public get nothing. These are the kind of issues people will have to debate, discuss.
The Prime Minister was quick to lash out at the Congress party, speaking at his public meetings in Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. Prime Minister has alleged that Congress wants to fill its own coffers by imposing ever higher taxes and not allowing people to pass on their hard-earned wealth to their children. Union Home Minister added to the onslaught. Amit Shah said that Sam Pitroda's statement has completely exposed the Congress and none of their explanations about intentions of taking away people's wealth can now convince anyone.
शाही परिवार के शाहजादे के सलाहकार, इस शाही परिवार के शाहजादे के पिताजी के भी सलाहकार, उन्होंने कुछ समय पहले कहा था, और ये परिवार उन्हीं की बात मानता है। उन्होंने कहा था कि हमारा देश का जो मिडिल क्लास है, मध्यम वर्गीय लोग हैं, जो मेहनत करके कमाते हैं, उन्होंने कहा उन पर ज्यादा टैक्स लगना चाहिए। ये इन्होंने पब्लिकली कहा है। अब ये लोग उससे भी एक कदम आगे चले गए हैं। अब कांग्रेस का कहना है कि वो इनहेरिटेंस टैक्स लगाएगी। माता पिता से मिलने वाली विरासत पर भी टैक्स लगाएगी। आप जो अपनी मेहनत से संपत्ति जुटाते हैं, वो आपके बच्चों को नहीं मिलेगी, बल्कि कांग्रेस सरकार का पंजा उसे भी आपसे छीन लेगा। यानी कांग्रेस का मंत्र है, कांग्रेस की लूट। कांग्रेस का मंत्र है, कांग्रेस की लूट, जिंदगी के साथ भी और जिंदगी के बाद भी।
मैनिफेस्टो बनाने में जिनकी अहम भूमिका है, वो साम पित्रोड़ा का बयान कि संपत्ति के बंटवारे पर विचार होना चाहिए। अमेरिका का हवाला देते हुए इन्होंने कहा कि 55% संपत्ति सरकारी खजाने में जाती है। अब जब प्रधानमंत्री जी ने ये मुद्दा उठाया, राहुल गांधी, सोनिया गांधी और पूरी कांग्रेस बैकफुट पर आई कि हमारा मकसद ये नहीं है। परंतु आज साम पित्रोड़ा जी के बयान ने कांग्रेस का मकसद देश के सामने स्पष्ट कर दिया है।
Recognizing the damaging potential of the attack, Congress swiftly moved into damage control mode. Jairam Ramesh said that Pitroda's remarks don't represent the Congress's view and were his personal comments. He said that Congress government was the one to abolish estate tax in 1985, a tax system where a duty of up to 85% of the inherited property's value was required to be paid by the executors of the deceased's estate, and has made no such promise in its manifesto.
While he's free to say whatever he has to say, on issues on which he feels strongly, it's not always that he reflects the views of the Indian National Congress. And on this particular issue also, he's not reflecting the official position of the Indian National Congress. But I think what is happening is his comments are torn out of context and they are being sensationalized in order to divert attention from the Prime Minister's deliberate, mischievous and malicious, poison-ridden campaign. A desperate Prime Minister, a nervous Prime Minister, is trying to divert attention away from the real issues and sensationalize comments of people like Mr. Pitroda.
And soon Sam Pitroda also followed suit. He clarified that he was only stating facts and what he has said has nothing to do with any Congress policy. However, his party colleague Udit Raj, who's incidentally a candidate in these Lok Sabha polls, has said that there was nothing wrong with the US tax system and that BJP should have no objections to a progressive tax system.
सैम पित्रोदा जी ने एक स्टेटमेंट दिया है कि अमेरिका में जो प्रोग्रेसिव टैक्सेशन सिस्टम है, मरते वक्त या मरने के बाद जो संपत्ति छूट जाती है, बची रह जाती है, उस पर टैक्स है। तो बीजेपी को इसमें परेशानी क्या है? बीजेपी के लोग अमेरिका जाना ज़्यादा पसंद करते हैं। बीजेपी के तमाम नेता उनके बच्चे हार्वर्ड, आईवी लीग में पढ़ने जाते हैं। ये चाहते हैं अडानी अंबानी रहें, मेहुल चोस्ती रहे, मल्ल्या रहे, नीरव मोदी रहे। ये चाहते हैं। दूसरी तरफ गरीब और गरीब हो। पहले 36 करोड़ या 26 करोड़ गरीब थे, अब 80 करोड़ गरीब हो गए।
The BJP appears to be in no mood to buy the Congress's multiple contentions. From senior ministers to spokespersons, the Saffron Party isn't sparing Sam Pitroda and Congress an inch.
इसको मैं वसूली टैक्स कहूंगा कांग्रेस का। जैसे कांग्रेस सत्ता में रहकर वसूली करती है, वैसे ही आपकी मौत के बाद भी वसूली टैक्स यानी कि इनहेरिटेंस टैक्स लगाने का सोच रही है। कांग्रेस का मैनिफेस्टो बताता है कि आपके गहने जांचेंगे, आपकी जमीन जांचेंगे, आपके बैंक अकाउंट जांचेंगे, आपकी प्रॉपर्टी जांचेंगे और उसको देश के उस समुदाय में बांट देंगे जो इनके लिए वोट बैंक है। तो आपने क्यों मेहनत करनी है देशवासियों? अगर आपकी मेहनत की कमाई का लाभ आपको और आपके परिवार को और आपके देश के विकास को नहीं मिलेगा, तो क्या राहुल गांधी की पार्टी को वसूली में मिलेगा?
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Taking this across to our guests who are joining us for more. Dr. Ajay Alok, national spokesperson of BJP, is with us. Rajat Sethi, author and economist, joins us on the broadcast. With us also is Prashanti GS, spokesperson of the JDS. Dr. Sumanth Raman is a political analyst who's joining us on the broadcast. Ashutosh Mishra, senior journalist, is with us. Faizan Kidwai is national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Let me start with you, Dr. Sumanth Raman, first and foremost. The BJP says at first there was caste survey in the manifesto, then redistribution of the assets promised by Rahul Gandhi, and now Sam Pitroda talking about inheritance tax. The question that would be on many people's minds is whether we are in some kind of a time machine. Are we going back to the socialist era?
Madhav, I actually did a check and I didn't think that Sam Pitroda is the president of the Congress party or is in a position to take any executive decisions on behalf of the Congress party. Clearly, the party has said that this is not on the agenda for the Congress party.
He's chairman of Overseas Congress, though, sir.
The matter is
not the president, certainly, but chairman of Overseas Congress.
Sorry?
He is the chairman of the Overseas Congress.
So the Overseas Congress actually had... Let him be, Anand. My point is very clear.
Madhav.
The official spokesperson of the Congress party has... Madhav. The official spokesperson of the Congress party has come out with a categorical clarification saying that the party has no idea. Do we believe him or do you want to believe Sam Pitroda because it helps to fuel the BJP's propaganda machine? I don't understand this at all. Why aren't we discussing the openly communal speeches which have been made by a person no less than the Prime Minister of India? Instead, we are focusing on what Sam Pitroda says. Tomorrow we will focus on what some district president of the Congress has said in some state. As long as
Dr. Sumanth Raman, the subject matter of yesterday and day before's debate, you are not part of it on this very show, was the speeches of the Prime Minister. We've had at least 2 rounds of debates, and please allow us the prerogative at least choose what really constitutes a debate. But let me put your question across to Dr. Ajay Alok. Dr. Ajay Alok, the Congress party has clarified, the Congress party has made its stand clear. Mr. Sam Pitroda is not in a position to take any executive decisions of the Congress party, and therefore it should be comments should be taken with a pinch of salt, according to Mr. Sumanth Raman. Please respond.
No, they said they are not going to do it.
Congress party,
Sir, please allow the others to come in now.
When Rahul Gandhi told the audience of Bhai Manmohan Singh, Congress party never accepts what they have done. When Rahul Gandhi told the audience, ordinance in 2013 for Lalu Yadav issued by the Manmohan Singh, then also the Rahul Gandhi is not in an official position. Congress party does not support this. When Digvijay Singh makes statements, when other senior leaders make statements about Hinduism, Boko Haram, Salman Khurshid and all, the Congress party just distances itself. They find it very convenient to do so. But they conveniently forget that he's the same Sam Pitroda who was the advisor to Rajiv Gandhi. He was in official state position in Government of India. He was advisor to Manmohan Singh, and he was again in the official capacity. He's the one who organizes conferences and seminars for Rahul Gandhi all across the globe, right from France to Cambridge to US, everything, but Sam Pitroda is nothing. He was the main instrumental character who made up their manifesto, where everything came up one by one, whether it's strengthening the personal law or doling out favors to minorities by putting the banks pressure to give them more loan, by making them study foreign, abroad, everything. It was the Sam Pitroda's brainchild, and then only this redistribution of wealth came up. We all know where this, whose brainchild is this? Redistribution of wealth, and now this comes up that the US has this law that a 55% property will go to the state in what you have built. So this is nothing. This is absolutely a Congress ill intention of pleasing the minorities by pressurizing the country, by pressurizing the majorities if they come to government, and they have shown their colors. Like we came to know that in Karnataka, all Muslims of Karnataka have been placed under OBC category.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah. Yeah, that's also a very important issue, but we'll come to that. We'll come to that issue. I just want to stick to the subject at hand of what Mr. Pitroda has said, and I want Sumanth Raman to respond to that. Sumanth Raman, the party may have distanced Mr. Sam Pitroda has also clarified, but he's not a nobody. He's someone who's a close advisor of Rahul Gandhi, has been a very close aide and advisor of Rajiv Gandhi, has played an important role at the highest level when it comes to the policies of the government of India, and therefore his comments cannot be taken lightly. And there's a reason I'm saying that. Nirmala Sitharaman says this is an attempt to hit the middle and aspiration classes, and a similar comment was made in 2019 to implement Nyay, where there was a comment that middle class may be taxed more and they shouldn't be selfish. It is the same person who made the comment at that point of time, Mr. Sam Pitroda.
Okay. Now, it would have been good, Madhav, if you had called Mr. Jayant Sinha or even Mr. Amit Malviya on the show and asked them about their views. Mr. Jayant Sinha's speech where he has pitched for inheritance tax is on social media. You have not seen it? Mr. Amit Malviya's tweet, which of course he was later deleted, screenshots of the tweet are available. What are we talking about? Why aren't we doing a debate? Does the BJP want inheritance tax? Former Union Minister of State for Finance, Jayant Sinha, no less, has spoken about it. So it's a worrying problem. We should have a debate on that. We should call Mr. Jayant Sinha and ask him to clarify.
What about Mr. Chidambaram,
Why are you
sir?
not doing that?
In 2011 and 2012, Mr. Chidambaram also supported inheritance tax.
Even though he's never been a minister.
Mr. Sumanth Raman, are you aware of comments of Mr. P. Chidambaram supporting inheritance tax?
What I'm saying is,
are you saying that is also not the case?
Yes, it has been No, I'm not denying it at all. Please bring all of them and ask them to clarify. The Congress party has put out its position. We are not implementing inheritance tax if we come to power. Let the BJP also say that. Because Mr. Malviya and Mr. Jayant Sinha,
Ajay
it's a good
Alok,
idea.
senior leaders of your party have also
PITched
pitched for inheritance tax. Therefore, your position has to come out clear at the moment. Please respond to what Sumanth Raman is saying.
We have always clarity on every subject, and we are not the one who just take one step and then go 3 steps back. No, we have clarity on the subject. Whether Mr. Jayant Sinha or whether Mr. Amit Malviya, the tweets you are mentioning, they are not the policy makers of Bharatiya Janata Party. You cannot compare them to Sam Pitroda, who has orchestrated all the policies of the Congress, not from now, from 1984. So please don't compare Sam Pitroda with another one. Secondly, about redistribution of wealth. If Rahul Gandhi is so much interested in redistribution of wealth, he has accumulated, I was just watching Times Now before joining this debate. I came to know from Smriti Irani ji that in Amethi they have amassed government land close to 40 acres. Now they have crores of property in their name, in the name of Rajiv Gandhi, like farmhouses in Delhi and other places. Rahul Gandhi himself has filed an affidavit of 22 crores. Let the charity begin from home. Sumanth Raman, do you support me on this? Ask Rahul Gandhi to redistribute his wealth among poor, among EBC, among Muslim minority. He will feel happy about it. He will feel glad.
No.
Can he do it?
No.
You are grabbing land in the name of Trust Rajiv Gandhi Foundation,
Please tell me.
and then you are talking of distribution of wealth for individuals.
Okay.
This is heights of hypocrisy.
Yes. Who is?
They have grabbed land. It's in evidence there in Gauriganj and other places.
Who is in government in center? Who is
They
in
have
government
got
in
it. They have got it allotted from the government. They have
Who's
got
in
it allotted from the government in the name of medical college, and yet that
How
medical
they got
college
it?
has to
How
see
they
the
got
face.
it? Why don't you?
The lease is going to be cancelled very soon.
Which government gave
The
it?
lease
Which
is going to be
government gave
cancelled
it?
very
Why is
soon.
it not being
They
challenged by
went to the
state
court
government?
against it.
Why is the state government not challenging it?
The Congress and Samajwadi Party government gave
Have
it.
they filed
The Congress and Samajwadi, the state government has already challenged.
What is
Please
the
be
action taken
updated.
by the state government?
Please be updated. Please be updated.
Yaar.
Please be updated.
Why can't you take it
Please
back?
be updated when you
Why
speak
can't
on
you
an
take it
issue.
back?
If you
You're
don't know,
in government.
you do better to
Sumanth Raman, let me come in now. Sumanth Raman, these are well documented. Some of these facts at least are well documented. They're not coming out for the first time. Let me just come in now. In fact, let me bring in Faizan Kidwai on that. Faizan Kidwai, you just heard Dr. Ajay Alok. He says charity should begin at home. If one believes in wealth or income redistribution, then why doesn't that happen at the highest levels of the Congress party first, is his question. Please respond.
See, this is exactly what the India Alliance is saying. Let us come to power and we'll see that there's equal distribution of wealth. By saying this, we don't mean that we'll steal something from somebody and give it to someone else. Whatever Sam Pitroda said, see, first of all, he's the overseas member of Congress party, and whatever statement he made, it was like an observation. He was talking about something. Neither the Congress party endorses it. Even he said that this has nothing to do with Congress party. He was neither a member of the committee that framed the manifesto for Congress party, but to BJP, I'm saying, if at all somebody who's associated with with the overseas wing of a particular political party, then you should know there's one individual, Balesh Bhankar. This is his photo. He was very closely known to a lot of BJP people, including the Prime Minister of India. He was very recently convicted by the Sydney court for raping women there. He used to lure them and he used to rape them and videotape them. So by this logic, Narendra Modi and everybody associated with BJP should also be questioned for Balesh Bhankar. 1 point. Second, when we talk about unequal distribution of wealth, Madhav, and no, there's one thing I want to point out before I go on that point. Ajay Alok said something about Karnataka, something for Muslims. He said quota for Muslims. I just want to tell you, Ajay Alok, not the entire Muslim community was given this quota. Only 14 sections within the Muslim community, and it was done by your alliance partner now. That is H.D. Devi Gowda in 1994, in accordance with what the proposal is in 1918. That at that time it was the Mysore princely state. So if you have issue, you question Devi Gowda for that. Devi Gowda was the one who brought this quota, and that too only for 14 sections. So it's not being given to the entire Muslim community. Don't mislead the people. As far as unequal distribution of wealth, Madhav,
please
the people of India,
now it has been given to the entire Muslim community.
No, it hasn't been. Now let me complete. You were speaking, I didn't interject.
And that
See, I also wanted to interject and counter your lies. I didn't. Let me complete. Ajay, let me complete. You put your point later on.
Okay, one by one. Yeah, one by one. We'll please stick to the subject at hand. Faizan, conclude your point.
Yeah.
Please stick to the subject at hand and conclude your point.
The thing is, Madhav, when Narendra Modi gives these building contracts, contracts for airports, contracts for mining, contracts for removing the forests and displacing the tribals to his rich friends in return of the electoral bonds and all these things, then unequal wealth is created. When Narendra Modi makes sure that he writes off loans of his rich industrialist friends amounting to 16 lakh crores, but refuses to do the same for just 2 lakh crores of our innocent farmers, then unequal wealth is created.
Okay.
This is what we are against. Madhav, just this point, just let me make this point. It should be known by the Indians that there are around 140 crore of us. Out of that, only 1% of the rich Indians hold around 40% of the total wealth. You and me, the middle class, around 28%. 50% of the poor, they hardly have 6%. We should work towards them. This is the agenda of Samajwadi Party.
Okay, okay. I got your point. I want Rajat to come in on this. Rajat, there's a system of inequality that has been created by this government. That's the allegation of Samajwadi Party and of the Congress Party as well. And they are saying that this system, which helps only a few rich, has to change. Your response to that?
Well, I'll keep my comments limited to economics, and one factor or one metric that the Samajwadi Party spokesperson should look at is the Gini coefficient. When did India's Gini coefficient, which basically measures the disparity of wealth between various segments of our population, when did it peak? When did it go down? What has been those metrics? He should do those studies and come back. Number one. Number two, how do you address the wealth inequality or income inequality problem? Wealth inequality problem is what Congress is trying to propose a solution to, not to income inequality. Income inequality is a different beast altogether. When it comes to wealth inequality, Congress has, and some of the top leadership have laid before the idea wherein, inheritance tax, or what is commonly called as a death tax. When you die, the day you die, there is a tax that is levied on your family. And which is at various ranges between 40 to 50% in certain states within the United States. But it is such a treacherous tax, such an evil tax, that it is not even...
One second. Now you are interrupting others, Faizan. Now you are interrupting others. Please allow the same courtesy.
Decency that you expect from others. The point is, it is such a regressive taxation structure, and a simple cut, copy, paste, copying a policy which is implemented in, say, a couple of states in the United States and bringing it lock, stock and barrel into a diverse country like India shows laziness when it comes to economic analysis. India has barely started embracing risk-taking culture, embracing entrepreneurship. We still, as a nation, are a poor nation. We still haven't generated enough wealth, across the length and breadth of the country before we can start talking about wealth taxes and inheritance taxes and subjects like that. Such kind of ideas will deplete the confidence of young India. Why would they work hard to build these enterprises, these startups? This will spiral down the entire economy because it disincentivizes people to work hard to generate intergenerational wealth. This is not the time you do it. You do it, say, 20 years from now, when you have enough wealth commonly created, not just with the 40-50 odd super wealthy rich Indians, but also the cross section of our society, the younger cross section of our society. This is where the timing is most evil, because you are coming out with such a drastic idea to do wealth redistribution at a time when there is no deliberation on this topic.
Okay, let me bring in Ashutosh on that point. Ashutosh, the timing from an economic perspective is not conducive for what is being proposed, A. B, you have attacks coming not just from the BJP, of course, ally of the BJP, but H.D. Devagowda, former Prime Minister, saying that is Rahul Gandhi, a Maoist leader, to do redistribution. He's insulting the legacy of P.V. Narasimha Rao and Manmohan Singh, who worked for wealth creation.
Use the word evil. Now you have to realize the trick being played by Narendra Modi and BJP by this fear mongering. I mean, it is a parivar which has thrived on fear mongering. So they try to scare people. आपका inheritance tax से खतरा है, आपका मंगलसूत्र खतरे में, हिंदू खतरे में. By that they are trying to create a sort of atkana, bhatkana, latkana, that the voter falls into their trap. That Narendra Modi is a lesser evil than Rahul Gandhi or Congress. because Narendra Modi has nothing to show in his governance. We have seen how inequality has risen, how the poor have become poorer under him, and this is exactly what he is trying to do. We are not, Congress has been very clear, it hasn't proposed inheritance tax. When people start talking about Mangal Sutra khatre mein hai, inheritance khatre mein hai, you have to understand that these are nervous people who are trying to, Narendra Modi is nervous, he is trying to save his chair. And that's why he will talk about everything except his own performance. If he had been so good as his supporters sometimes say, he would have been talking about how he has excelled. Instead of twisting facts and putting words into other people's mouth.
Okay.
That is what he is trying to do right now.
Okay. Words are being twisted and being put in other people's mouth. Rajat Sethi wants to respond to that. Yes, Rajat.
Yeah, just 1 second. I have seen several MP candidates who are fighting elections of the Congress, from the Congress party and from the opposition. They are all parroting this agenda that BJP is asking for 400 seats because they want to remove reservation. Where is the manifesto? Does it say that BJP is going to remove reservation? Can you tell me why is this fake propaganda when it is not mentioned by the BJP in anywhere and by any of its leaders anywhere in the manifesto? Why is it being peddled? See, when you want to play fair, right? You want the opponents to play fair, but you want to deploy every single dirty trick that is there in the department to kind of.
That's what you are trying.
One by one. Ashutosh, you can respond. One by one, please. One by one.
Even more evil.
Yeah, Rajat.
Yeah, see, my simple point is when your houses are made of glass, you don't throw stones. Here, the Congress party, and right from the top, right from Rahul Gandhi, has been consistently peddling the fact that BJP is going to remove reservation. Where, and I wanted to ask this from Sumanji, where is that written in anywhere in the manifesto of BJP as a citizen, as somebody who's going to vote in the elections in the coming few days? Can you please tell me where has BJP propounded the idea that they want to remove the reservation from the SC, ST and the OBC community, which the top leaders of Congress party are consistently parroting? Where did they get this idea from? Which manifesto of BJP says that? Can you quote the page number
respond to that.
So what you are seeing here is a BJP supporter conceding that Narendra Modi does not speak facts, that he lies, and he is blaming some Congress MPs that because they twist facts, so Narendra Modi is already in lying and twisting facts and telling people, "Tumhara Mangal Sutra khatre mein."
He's not said that, sir. You are now you are putting words in his mouth. Where did he say that? Where did he say that, Ashutosh?
Playing this Hindu-Muslim card. That's what I'm saying. They are fear-mongers. And they have been doing it since pre-independence, and that's what they are doing exactly right now. They will not talk facts, they will not talk about truth, they will not talk that even their...
Ashutosh, listen to what he's saying. He's talking about the specific comments of Mr. Udit Raj. Listen to what he's saying.
Vote for him, sir. I'm a voter of his constituency, sir, and he is supporting inheritance tax. He's the candidate, for God's sake. Tell me what his politics is.
You didn't support inheritance tax. You are not a voter, you are a BJP supporter who is now...
So BJP supporters are not voters.
Am I not a voter?
Ashutosh Mishra, what kind of logic is this?
Is he not asking my votes? You tell me he's not asking me my votes. Please, sir, don't come in the garb of being a journalist and try to peddle fake narratives. Please, I'm just talking logical point. Here there is a public representative or a would-be public representative. Here is an aspiring public representative supporting inheritance tax ideas.
All right. Let me come in. Gentlemen, let me come in. Let's not have this shouting match. Let me bring in the only lady on the panel who's been waiting very patiently. Prashanti Ji, sorry, couldn't come to you earlier. But, when we see Mr. Devagowda launching this kind of an attack, calling Rahul Gandhi a Maoist, what really is going on? And what does really the JDS have to say? Of course, the Congress will say that, of course, you are now in alliance with the BJP, so you will attack Mr. Rahul Gandhi. That's quite obvious. But the kind of language that is used by Mr. Devagowda is quite unusual today.
No, Madhav, see, we can see why Rahul Gandhi wants to rebrand brand himself as Robin Hood Gandhi, with his genius of his manifesto to distribute wealth on grounds of wealth disparity. He's truly living on a fool's paradise. So, he expects to wipe out development and growth of the nation by making people, by giving freebies to the, citizens. You know what? A hardworking businessman paying his taxes to the nation wants to be robbed and that money to be given to all other sections of the society who do not even contribute to the growth of the nation. He's simply encouraging the working class to be more lazy and stay jobless or take up a job that requires no effort. So even what Deve Gowda Paji also has raised, he has raised a very pertinent question, Madhav here. He has raised that, the Congress, they said 30 lakh government jobs that Congress has promised today, and there is in their manifesto. So how is supposed to be actually giving it? This is just like the guarantee schemes, you say it, and after winning the election, you have the conditions, you have clauses and everything. That is how they are trying to go. And Rahul Gandhi wants to empty the treasury by giving jobs like lift operator, like there is 4 shifts and you give jobs for 4 people. Just for a lift operator, it absolutely has no logic.
Ashutosh Mishra, are we seeing a repeat of what's happened actually in other places such as Karnataka, where the guarantees there have really cost the exchequer? Is that what we're going to be seeing if some of these schemes are implemented that the Congress party is even talking about?
So the first thing is that I think the JDS spokesperson is confusing Modi ki guarantee, which later on Amit Shah can come and say it was just an electoral jumla, with what Congress is saying. And in Karnataka, we know very well how Narendra Modi tried to sabotage the rice scheme by telling FCI not to give rice to Karnataka. And they put up all sort of roadblocks. And if you talk about taxing the middle class, what is...
All right, I think we've lost that line there. And in fact, time to conclude debate number 1 because we have some breaking news coming on the show. But I'd like to thank our panelists for joining us, Prashanthi GS, Sumanth Raman, as well as Ashutosh Mishra, Dr Ajay Alok, Rajat Sethi, as well as Faizan Kidwai. Stay with us for debate number 2.